I need advice on what to do after my girlfriend had a random meltdown, got physical with me, and then blocked the exit to the house while screaming at the top of her lungs for me to stay away from her to our neighbors. Posted by you/Cosmicht. So my longtime girlfriend just had an absolute meltdown after we left dinner from her parents' house tonight. It all started because her dad and I were watching old family videos and joking about how she and her sisters were dressed, and just really light stuff about how big her great-grandpa's nose was. Her dad pointed it out and was like, "Dude had a schnoz on him," and I laughed. That's all. I swear to all things holy. Fast forward to me driving home tonight, and she turns off the music on the radio that I had turned on and starts trashing me about my family, and how it's strange and creepy that I actually get along with my mom, dad, and sister. I have a drama-free relationship with them, and she can't stand it. So anyway, I'm reading my Kindle in the living room of my house, and she goes off again about some petty bullcrap that I somehow did while I'm reading a book. So I did what anyone else would do and just shut up and let her vent and get it out without giving her any ammunition to feed on. Wrong effing move. I took my eyes off her for a second to continue reading on the couch. She gave me a 3-piece so fast that it caught me off guard. I jumped up so she wasn't on top of me, and she proceeded to slap the taste out of my mouth. Then she blocked the front door and screamed for me to get away from her while blocking the only exit to leave. I'm in my boxers, and I'm trying to grab my phone off the floor that went flying across the living room. All I can hear is her yelling with the door open, trying to have the whole neighborhood hear this crap. Anyway, I'm now sitting in my car with just boxers on and a bloody lip, and I thought I'd ask the internet for advice, and by internet I mean Reddit. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. You went to Reddit instead of the police and hospital? I think a hospital report would help solidify a restraining order and suing her. Make her pay for the medical bills. People need to be held accountable for their actions. Ops response. Well, I've never been hit like that by my girlfriend, and I wasn't sure if we'd both go to jail even if I called. So I need to ask before I do something that could affect my life in a big way. Commenter. Since you're the one with the injury and she isn't, she most likely would have been sent to jail. Get in the habit of getting evidence, from pictures to videos, because some women will lie and say they're the ones abused. Commenter 2. Bro, you need to call the police. Right now. Have them come and treat you first, tell them you are bleeding, and then press charges against her. You also need to file a restraining order. This is assault. It's not manly to suck it up and get over it. You could end up with a big hospital bill from this. Ops response. Yeah, that's what's stopping me. My subconscious is like, be a man, no cops needed. But damn, after reading everyone's posts, I feel obligated, just for my protection and freedom, to call. Op adds a mini comment update later. She's probably destroying my desktop and TVs as we sit here and type. I just drove to the country club to grab some of my clothes that I leave in my locker. Had my buddy meet me in the parking lot, so I've got shorts and a shirt on now. Life's getting better. Update 4 days later. First off, I just want to say thank you to everyone who gave me advice in the messages that were sent to my inbox full of support and more advice lol. Before the comments locked, I had my buddy meet me up at our local country club so he could grab some of my clothes that I left in my locker. I ended up staying the night at his house and talked about what happened. His wife said 99% of what everyone on Reddit told me to do: contact the police, file a report, and get a restraining order on this crazy chick. I slept on it. The next morning, I woke up at my buddy's house and got a call from her dad and sister telling me how sorry they were about everything that happened the night before and how she's always acted crazy when someone didn't agree with her or gave her a reality check. They told me she was over there sleeping and they would gladly come over and help retrieve her things from my house. I went back to my house in the morning to inspect the damage. Luckily for me, there were only a few broken picture frames and a busted wine bottle on the ground. I had a few friends come over before her family got there just in case she ended up driving over separately from her dad and sister. I wanted some witnesses for myself. I definitely didn't want to be alone. Her family came over and gave me a hug and told me everything was going to be okay, and that there was no need to future anything by getting the law involved. Somehow they totally convinced me that I shouldn't, that it was just a little blow up, things had cooled off, and we should just go our separate ways and end things. Around 8:30 a.m. her dad and sister left my house with all her belongings, and it was me and my buddies just doing some cleaning here and there. We found my Nintendo Switch smashed and thrown out in my backyard, my keyboard with peanut butter smeared all over the keys, and all the batteries and my remotes throughout the house gone. Not as bad as I thought it would be, but I took pictures of everything: the damaged electronics, the peanut butter keyboard, bottles, and glass on the ground, before we started cleaning. Around 10 in the morning, the house was clean and looked like nothing had happened inside besides the stand rug that absorbed the red wine bottle she smashed. We checked all the doors and windows to make sure everything was locked and secured. We all went to Costco for some food and supplies. It was Sunday and still a beautiful day out, so why not get some burgers for the grill and have some brews with the boys? Make the most of this crappy situation. So we're grillin' and chillin' in my backyard, talking about everything that happened to me the night before. I've got my buddies laughing at me and telling me, I told you she was crazy. You're lucky she didn't stab you in your sleep. Meanwhile, I was still convinced I wasn't going to pursue legal action. Then I got a text from her. I see you have your boyfriends over the house? Are you homos having fun drinking and being losers together? I forgot I logged her into my security cameras around the outside of my house months ago when I went on vacation. The next text I received was her saying, have fun trying to find your keys at the bottom of the lake. Have fun. Better bring your snorkel emoji. In my backyard, there's a pretty big lake that I live on, and I have a dock that goes out about 20 yards, or about 18 meters for my metric users. On this set of keys are my office, work truck, boat keys, and everything important. I checked the cameras and sure enough, I saw her walking out there and throwing something off the end of the dock. I showed my friends the text and video of what happened, and they looked at each other and said, I guess it's swimming time. We got our board shorts on, grabbed a few of my scuba masks from the garage, and headed to the lake shore for the side quest she gave us. One of my friends had a magnet fishing thing in his car and was immediately excited to use it. 2 hours later, no luck. I was about to give up at this point and couldn't see the bottom anymore from everyone kicking up the sediment while swimming and pushing off the ground to shoot back up for air. Plus, a storm was rolling in to make matters worse. All of a sudden, my buddy said he felt something on his magnet. He pulled it up slowly and sure enough, he found my keys. Celebration commenced. At that point, the fog her dad and sister had me in cleared, and I lost it. I called the cops non-emergency line and told them everything that happened over the last few days. I wanted to make sure she was on record and held accountable. I gave them pictures, wrote a report, and filed a restraining order on her. I gave them the video of her walking out to the dock and throwing an object into the water. No one has the right to put hands on anyone, regardless of gender. And it's not fair to others in my situation who got the short end of the stick and now have that attached to them permanently. I did it for the next guy unlucky enough to fall into her trap of manipulation. The cops left and said they'd be in touch soon. Fast forward to today. I got an angry text from her dad saying, how could you do this? You're the biggest PC in the world and you're going to ruin someone's life over a few punches to the face. Be a man. I told him to stop texting me and take care of his family. Then her sister called me saying, good luck trying to find her. She flew out to California the day you were looking for your keys in the lake. She's never coming back, so you wasted your time and made yourself look like a BTCH. She hung up and blocked me. Isn't life grand lol? I'm not sure what that means for her now that she skipped town and is in another state, but we'll see. I just wanted to update everyone and thank you guys for the supportive comments on my post and messages in my inbox when the comments got locked. I tried to reply to everyone that DM'd me, but my mailbox got flooded and I couldn't get to them all. I never thought the post would blow up the way it did. I was shocked, confused, and actually scared when I posted. But things are looking bright for me, and life's getting a lot better. Again, thank you Reddit community for all the help and advice you gave me. You guys truly deserve this win. /relevant comments. Commenter. Proud of you. Ops response. Thank you. Felt a lot better than I thought I would. I'm a firm believer now that DV can go both ways, and it's not just one way. Commenter 2. Absolutely. Even though women are typically physically weaker in a DV situation, they also experience that same shame of I could have stopped this. My guess is the cops will be pissed she left the state to evade, and they may pursue her harder. Did you get the phone call recorded? Because you might want to unblock to gather more evidence. However, do what's best for you big picture. Ops response. She blocked me. Sorry, I should have made that clear. Her sister called, talked crap, and blocked me.